Hello everybody and welcome to Bleach Manga Chapter 656 Live Reaction and Review God of Thunder. Now I'm so sorry that is a day late and yeah, me being a tad quiet, people in bed. Funny enough, I did actually see it upon its release, but yeah, the brother playing League of Legends, very noisy. Yeah, I could have done it, but I was just like, I didn't want to, you know, have any interruptions for like you guys. So yeah. So when we left off, we found out that Gerard, Gerard, Jesus Christ, Gerard was basically, a somewhat copy of Yami. Yeah, had high expectations for the miracle, and they were dashed. So let us begin. The King's rebuilt capital. Oh yeah, and with that tile, there's no way bloody Kubo's denying that Gerard is basically 4. Raw crumbles and falls. Oh, my boy Askin! It appears as though Gerard's son has finally unleashed his shirts as well. Ah well, seeing as how even Lille's son got his ass handed to him, I guess he wouldn't really have much of a choice. Speaking of which, I don't think that big oaf's even noticed that Lille's son has been defeated. Maybe I should tell him about the Schutzstaffel. Lille-san was the leader of the Schutzstaffel. Lille-san was the first Quincy to ever be bestowed. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. If that's the case, then Lille was not the last recruited Quincy. Okay, is it spelled differently? Shirts. No, same. Lille-san was the first Quincy to ever be bestowed a shirt by His Majesty, so his position is unwavering and ironclad. Okay, didn't Lille say he was the last to be given the blood by Juha? But the two remaining Schutzstaffel, Perndia and Gerard, their powers had long were Quincy's that weren't bestowed any special powers by His Majesty. Their powers had long been in place. Okay, so we're finally getting some exposition. Of all the SternRitters since those two already possessed their abilities, it was only a matter of time before His Majesty bestowed shirts to them as a recognition of their status. That's why those two constantly had rumours swirling around them as to their true identities. It is said Perndia-san's true identity is the Spirit King's left hand, yeah, while Gerard-san is the Spirit King's heart? He's the Soul King's heart. I don't even know how the rumours began about them being Spirit Kings anything, especially with them being Quincy's and all. But one look at that absurd power they wield, and it's no wonder those mysterious rumours and theories began to take hold. Was that a short enough summary for you, Ichigo? Wait, what? Oh, whoa! My boy Askin. I suppose it's hard to take all of that in when your face is planted on the ground. Fuck off, Odahime. Kurosaki-kun! Oh, Chad, stay back. Braza. I'm not even gonna try. Oh, Askin dodging like a champ? Whoa. Huh? What's happening? I can't. Let me finish that sentence for you. You can't stand. Gift bad. Poison bath. The Japanese is written as a poison pool. Oh. Ah, that explains why Ichigo's on the ground. Askin's badass. Stepping into this pool isn't exactly lethal, mind you, but I can lower any resistance. No. Yeah, resistance I choose of any who step in its radius. And this time, what I have chosen is Reishi. In other words, all of you right now are all being overcome by the super dense Reishi here in the wall, right? In essence, you're all being poisoned by Reishi. Did you say poisoned by Reishi? Yes, a lethal dose of my ability. Well, to be more precise, I kill by causing a lethal dosage of the chosen element that I manipulate. But in order to do that, I need to take a great amount of whatever it is I want to manipulate into my own blood. For example, if I wanted it to be blood, then I'd need to drink an obscene amount of blood. That explains why he drank Nienmeyer's blood. Unfortunately, my stomach's about to explode from drinking too many cafe au lattes. So until my stomach settles a bit, I'll have you all just wait here patiently. Oh, fucking hell, Kubo. How fascinating. From what I can gather from your diarrhea of the mouth, if your opponents aren't able to move, then it seems rather simple to just reach out and strangle them while you can. Did you seriously just say those words? Well, Bambi also said something quite similar a while back, so Bambi, it pissed me off back then, and it pisses me off now. Would it kill you to have some goddamn delicacy? Oh, yeah, I don't do delicacy. Do you really think your opponents are that much beneath you? Not at all. I just prefer defeating my opponents with a certain amount of elegance. After all, controlling and manipulating lethal doses has such chat, I think. Wriggling people's necks is more suited to women, the likes of you and Bambi. I see. Well, I love Bambi even more now. I have no idea who this Bambi person is, but the point you're trying to make is that this is how the beautiful do things. Well, you and Bambi are both indeed beautiful, but a woman's value isn't in her superficial qualities. Whoa, here comes the bow. It's in her style and presentation. Whoa, oh god, she caught it. Ooh, feck. Askin. I'm sorry you seem like an interesting guy and all, but we're in a bit of a hurry, so you'll be letting us through now. Shunko Ranjin Senkai. Thunder's War from... Oh, God of Thunder's War from... Oh. It's for Yoruichi. Oh, no! Okay, be right back. Okay then, we finally get some exposition, and I suppose... I'm a little bit, you know, like thing with Lily. I mean, like, I don't know which chapter was mentioned. I mean, I could go back and check. In fact, I'll do that now myself. Be right back a minute. Okay, I couldn't find the chapter, but I am on the Bleach wiki. Lily Barrow was the last Quincy to drink Yuha's blood prior to Uriushida, and is considered to be the one closest to God. So, yeah. I mean, like, I know you can't really trust a wiki, but, if that hasn't changed by now, then, you know, it must be like a translation error of sorts. But, yeah, anyway. We find out... okay. That Lily was the leader of the Schutzstaffel, which is kind of strange. I mean, I didn't really think there would be a leader of the Schutzstaffel to begin with, because, like, if anything, the one that's been the most proactive among the Schutzstaffel has been Gerard. It would have made more sense for him to be the leader if we're going by that. But I suppose if any kind of leadership was shown, it was basically, you know, like done off screen when they fought and defeated Squad Zero. But yeah. Perndia and Gerard were the only ones that weren't bestowed powers by Juha, i.e. they weren't given blood. But obviously it was like at a much later date where they were given blood to become members of the Schutzstaffel. And those two are the only members to have an essence of the Soul King. Now, if I don't think there were any more besides the heart, because I always thought it was just like the legs and the arms. You know, Perndia, Mimi Maggie, and whatever the other two limbs are identified as. But Gerard is the heart of the Soul King, which it's kind of strange. It's interesting, a nice surprise even, but it was just thrown out there. In a sense, I mean, like, if, you know, Gerard, being a heart, was able to form a body, wouldn't it stand the reason that Perndia himself would have been able to garner a body? Hmm. Now that's up for debate. Maybe in his oh god, did he said that? His Volstanding, he becomes human or has a humanoid body, because I saw someone on DeviantArt that actually had that idea and actually drew it, and it looks quite badass. I think it was a Roncar fighter. I could be wrong, but yeah. Instead of continuing with the fight with Gerard and Byakuya and crew, we are instead, you know, turned over to Askin, best boy of the SternRitter, and I'm probably reading too much into this, but I'll freely admit that while he seemed to be talking down a little bit about Bambi, the fact that, you know, there was like interaction, you know, like, yes, you know, it was mentioned, you know, like Bambi was mocking him, but at the same time, there was something there. Something minuscule. I don't know. Askin and Bambi, anyone? That would actually be a quite the interesting mix, to be sure. But, yeah. Now that I think about it, well, I don't think it would make sense, but, yeah. It seems to me that Askin and Bambi had to have a little bit of history together. And I'm actually interested to see what type of history that is. Obviously, it's not good since, you know, well, depending on not whether he was watching... Never mind, I mistook a fanfiction then. No, actually, I haven't. Yeah, because he was watching Gremmy's fight. Yeah, he was watching Gremmy's fight. So whether or not he was watching what Giselle and all did to Bambi remains to be seen. But that aside, now what Yoruichi said was interesting in itself. Like, why doesn't he strangle him? Like, yes, he gave the explanation. Like, it isn't, you know, elegant and all that, but it is an interesting thing. Like, why doesn't he strangle them? They're vulnerable. He could literally do anything to them. But he doesn't. He just deals a lethal dose and just watches them. I mean, he's not watching them die. He's watching them being suppressed, and he's just, like, you know, acting like his casual self. So, yeah, and he could have, like, Grimjow has been obviously, like, unconscious for a while now. Askin could have killed him, but he didn't. Like, if he wanted an elegant reason to kill someone, why not just drag it out for a little bit? Now, yes, I know you can say, like, you know, he doesn't like fighting, and, like, he avoids fighting, we've even seen that, but when it comes to, like, okay, right, let me just, even in that regard, when it comes down to, like, Demyx from Kingdom Hearts, like, you know, Demyx doesn't want to, like, you know, go on missions and so on and so forth, but when it comes down to, like, you know, stepping up to the plate, he shows a surprising amount of tenacity towards a job. And the same goes for Askin, like, he's ready to step up to the plate if need be. Like, again, I'm probably reading too much into it, but, yeah. I mean, I suppose, like, you know, it's just Kubo, like, you know, kind of trapping himself there. But I think that there's more to it than that. But at the same time, you know, like, I'm probably thinking, like, you know, too strongly on something. Like, even now I'm thinking, like, what if he watched someone kill someone that was vulnerable, and that's why he became the lethal dose? Like, he wanted to... like, obviously the lethal dose in a sense is related to drugs. That's, my opinion of it. Like, what if, his one of his friends was taking something and they didn't have the money to pay back, and because of their lethal dose, they got killed. Kind of interesting. I mean, like, I'm trying to find meaning when there's obviously none there, but still. It's just good to talk about something like that. So, yeah. Askin, battles Yoruichi instead of running. Again, stepping up to the plate. And Yoruichi catches the 2 arrows and just fires them back into him. He's just being flung back. And, yeah. I highly doubt that he's dead. I highly doubt that he's injured. I mean, he's probably, like, used this flashy display. Oh, then again, looking closely, he's actually in there. I think next week he's going to release his Vol standing. Yeah. Okay. This has been quite an interesting chapter. There's been a lot of interesting developments. A little bit of confusion with Lille, but that's probably translation. We found out something about Gerard. We found something about something else about Perndia, like they were only given their letters later down the line. And yeah, we learn about a little bit about Askin's character when it comes down to battling, and we find out that him and Bambi had a bit of history together. Irrelevant, that part, I know, but it's good to know, like, there was more interactions with them. Wish I could have seen it, though. And, yeah. Oddly enough, this chapter was epic. Ain't gonna lie. I mean, I would say it's just because of Askin, but Yoruichi fighting Askin, that's something I never expected. And the fact that Askin was able to, like, put Ichigo down with little to no ease. Now, let me just look at his face for a minute. Yeah, he does seem to be a bit grazed, but he's not bleeding. No, he's not bleeding or anything. He's just like, on the ground. So yeah, I'm going to chapter 9 out of 10. Very good. Looking forward to next week. And yeah, to hope, well actually, this is probably the last chapter of the year. Could be wrong, so I'll probably see you next week in hopes of seeing Askin's Vol standing, or I will see you in 2016 for the continuation of this fight. Thank you for watching, and thank you for following me through this year for my Bleach live reactions and reviews. So yeah, I will see you next time. Good day.